What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to program a smart key without needing a PIN code for this 2020 Toyota Corolla. We've got our working key right here, and then key that needs to be programmed. We're using the Autel IM508. We're going to start out by going to the immobilizer menu, where we will select our vehicle. Go to Toyota. Go ahead and turn on the ignition. We'll hit automatic selection. See what that comes up with. Alright, so there's our VIN. Hit OK. (2020) Corolla. Alright guys, so you're going to want to make sure that you got good battery level, top right corner. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to control unit, keyless system. First step is going to be to back up immobilizer data via OBD. So turn off ignition, turn on hazards. Alright, so we'll hit OK. I'm going to back up the EEPROM data. You notice it says that this allows us to do immobilizer functions without PIN. I'm going to show you how that's done. This might take a moment. Now, I mentioned that about the battery level because I've done this before on some Toyotas with usually less than 11 volts, or they're pretty low, and it'll start throwing codes, make the computer freak out. If you clear the codes, everything's good to go, but just be mindful of that. Okay, so where's our EEPROM file? Going to go to 20. Just put 20 there, hit save. So now we got the immobilizer data backed up. We're going to back out and go to add smart key. Only 4 keys can be learned. Turn on the ignition. Ignition is on. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Ignition off. Turn on hazards. So it says number of keys has reached the max. Let's see how many are in here. 4. So this is what we're going to do. Now you got to be very careful doing this because you can delete keys and then you can't get them back in there. So we'll go to erase keys. Notice it says that the key is not close to the start button, will be cleared, cannot be learned again. So here's our learned key. We do not want that deleted. Turn on ignition, turn on the hazard, turn off the hazards. Ignition is on. Now guys, I really want to show this step here because you can screw this up. Turn off the ignition, turn on hazards. We have backed up the EEPROM data. So it's our bin 20. Now it's going to use this pin to erase the keys, take our key that we want to be working, put it near buzzer. Buzzer will beep. It has beeped once. So that key is going to be learned back into the car. Any others, the other 3, are no longer going to work. In addition to not working, you will not be able to reprogram them into another vehicle. So don't learn that the hard way. Make sure you have them all ready to go in your hands. So now we got 1 key. See if it still works. I'm gonna close this door. Stop that beeping. All right, so we're still good. That key still functions. That's what we want to see. Let's go back to add smart key. Maximum 4 can be learned. Turn on the ignition. Ignition is on. Let's get some focus back in on that. All right, okay. There's our VIN. Please check. Yes, that's our VIN. Turn ignition off. Hazard lights on. Okay. Yes, we have backed up the EEPROM data, so that first step I showed you in the beginning. This is how you get past the pin code. So be mindful, you don't have to pay for pin codes on these. So there it is, reading pin. Keep programmed key close to the start button. It's this guy right here. It'll beep once. Beep twice. So we're going to let it time out here. Should tell us to turn on the ignition and put the key back up to the button one more time. So let's go ahead and do that. Put learned key close to start button. It's our new one. You heard that beep? Learning succeeded. So if everything was done correctly, let's make sure they work. Turn ignition off. This is our new key. Let's check our old one. And we'll fire it up. See when you unlock the vehicle, that padlock goes away. So we'll put our foot on the brake, make sure she fires up. Those look like some programmed keys. I hope that helps, guys. Remember, don't pay for your PIN codes on this newer Toyota system, Smart Key. Just back up your immobilizer data, get the PIN code that way. Remember that you do have a maximum of 4 keys, and if you're going to delete keys, these cannot be reprogrammed or refurbished. So I recommend OEM new only. Thank you. Hope this helps.